Hey guys, I've been getting a lot of questions about the Executioner build. So I'll just take it down and show you guys right now what it is. We'll do my class 2 first. I've been working on it already. So here we go. This is my class 2 Executioner build. You can set them down a lot lower than that. I just happen to do that. I've got a CP43 Super Shafty front axle on there. I don't know if that's a Vidavon or what. It's AR45 aluminum rear on it. And Proline shocks. I took all the springs out of it. Yeah, my workbench is messy as usual. Forgive me. I did get the blue infused chassis, carbon chassis from Joe. This is his printed bed and a battery tray and accessory tray. I run these little 850 batteries. They slide in there perfect. So that's what I requested. I can get through 4 sets of gates with one battery without having to change them. And I don't think, especially on this one, going to a smaller battery actually adds that much more value. I love the Fusion Pros. This is the OD3 transmission. I did have it set up with the full overdrive on the rear, but I had about 50% or better of overdrive. So just this afternoon, I swapped it over to the direct drive side. And it looks like about 25 or 30% overdrive on it. So I'm going to try it out that way, see how it works. His beds have the cab mounts. This is a mount I just fabbed up. I busted the original mount off. I am pretty rough on these machines. Chopped the megalithics. I split them down so they're narrower. I did the same thing with the trenchers. They get a lot more tractions. I know some comps won't let you chop them down, so I won't be able to run them everywhere. But at Joe's, he lets us get away with it. And these are the cheap Amazon carbon fiber rims with Joe's brass face plate on the front of it. Keep the weight up there. Thought I'd give them a try and see what happens. This one I have a cheap servo in it. I don't even know what it is. It's a 75 kg servo. I don't know who makes that one, but it seems to be doing okay so far. What else we got? This is his original prototype skid. These links, I think, are front links off of VRD. And the upper fronts are off of a Bully 2. This was built with all parts on hand, so it's kind of Frankenstein together, but it works. This is the rear Bully 2 links on the bottom. And the uppers looks like a VRD link of some sort also on there. Maybe that's a Phoenix link. Not real sure. But I'll give you all the measurements and we'll go from there. Yeah, that's basically it. When you order from Joe, you get the skid plate. His is the new ones are carbon infused printed, so they're a lot better than this one. But this is that cheap STL print that he did just to see how it works, and it's running good. Carbon fiber frame, the bed, if you want a bed, or you just got mounts for a cab mount, or he's got mounts for like the stage killer body, and the tray, and spacers if you need them. And the grub screws, the new ones have grub screws that go in here instead of countersinked for the heads, so there's less holes to get attached on. He's done a great job on it. But that right there is a basic build of the Class 2. Runs good. I don't know what else to say about it other than definitely worth it. Proline shocks with the springs out of it. I do have little rubber bands on there just to help keep a little bit of tension on it. But other than that, guys, it's easy. You don't have to have these bent links. Straight links will work and go to the front holes on the frame. That's just what I had on hand and it worked, so I used it. But very capable rigs. They're building them with Muse axles, F10 axles. One of them, I believe, even has my mullet build. Let me pull my other truck out and we'll go through it. It's just a little bit different, but same principles. Here's my mullet build with the anvil body, 525 TUS on there. This one does pretty good. F10 plastic rear housing. I got some dice hanging there just for the fun of it. Those are actually the VRD kit shocks, if I remember correctly. And black carbon frame. This is the short bed that Joe makes because the anvil body nose sticks out way farther, and it works out about perfect for what I like. With the long bed on there, it stuck out another 25 mils, probably another inch. So it'd have been right flush with the tires probably. But same basic deal. This is the carbon infused skid there. This has, I don't know, whatever links I had laying around that were long enough. These ones aren't even bent at all. And they work in little bitty stubbies going to the little holes in the front of the frame that he actually designed it for. Again, it is the Bully 2 rear links and whatever links I had that worked for the top links that positioned my axle right. This one is actually like 12 7/8 long, and the other one's 13 1/8 long. So I might turn this one into my class 2, and the other one's what, 1/4 inch longer. May get my class 3. I don't know. I don't see much of a difference in either one of them. Need to take them out and run them both with the same tires and see if we can tell a big difference in that 1/4 inch. I don't think so with the way these are set up. But that's the SCX Pro front end with the brass knuckles and plastic housing, rear F10 to keep the weight down in the rear. Haven't weighed this one, but I mean, you can tell it's forward biased pretty good. Same deal though, you buy from him, you get the carbon chassis, the carbon infused skid, bed or body mounts of your choice, and a parts tray, and the little grub screws that go in these holes without the big, without it being reamed out for the heads. But other than that, these are great trucks. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment. I've been getting a lot of messages about questions, so I thought I'd go ahead and do a video on it. These front rear or front lower links. See if we can get a rough measurement on these. You're looking at roughly where are we at there? Right about there. That says 112 on this one. And on the rear lowers, we're going to be right about there. 153 on the rear lowers. That seems a little long. I think my other one's only 145. I don't know why it'd be any different. It's pretty close though. 153 is what it says for the rear lowers. So they're probably 150s. Nah, hang on a second. Let me get a good measurement on that. I'm sure my other links said 145 if I remember correctly. We'll hook to the front of that and go to the front of that one. That is showing 150. So I was wrong, that's 150. But rear bully lower links. This one, as you can see, is just straight linked front. I don't have any issues with it. I don't even think my axle hits my drive shaft, or we got clearance all the way through. Plenty of clearance. On this one, my rear housing actually, or my rear drive shaft actually sits a little below the link. But I'll deal with that as it comes. I can set that, I can change the position of that a little bit if I need to. I can turn that rear, put shorter links or change the adjustment on my top links, push them back and roll that up a little bit and get it out of the way if I need to. We'll see how bad it hangs up. But that does take some of my clearance out when you're at full rise. But that's got a lot of rise in it. I mean, there's a good 1.25 inches there anyway. The front of the skid. That's a lot of play there. The other one does really well. I drove this one once and it was wet and nasty raining. And I think it did okay. It seemed solid. But we'll try it on drier weather and go from there. But if you have questions, go ahead and ask. This is one of his battery trays for the little batteries. My little battery won't fit in that slot, so I just put a piece of Velcro down. I'll get one of his other battery trays for the front of this. But all I can say is awesome rig, guys. Well worth it. Put the time into it. Set it up how you want. I've got no complaints. Very, very stable, solid rigs. I'm truly amazed. I'm not a fanboy. Yeah, Joe only lives an hour away from me. I spend a lot of time down there racing and crawling and all kinds of stuff, but I don't talk just to talk. I'm truly impressed with this frame. I'm amazed. He's done an awesome job on it. You guys will be happy with it. Send me any questions and I'll answer them if I can. You guys have a great day and keep on trucking.